Welcome to the Boot Network's instructional video series. As always, my name is Brandon, and this is part 2 of WordPress basic functionality. So in the first part of our video, we talked about making a blog post and then assigning SEO to it, and we talked a little bit about how to improve your SEO and what SEO is for. In the second half, we're going to talk about 3 things. We're going to talk about adding new media, managing your media library, and then we're going to talk about pages, what web pages are, and then finally how to set them in a menu. So let's start off with media. By clicking on media on the left-hand side, it's going to bring you to our media library. Now this is a collection of all the pictures, documents, videos, icons, that sort of thing that you have used on your website over the course of having it. You can use this in a number of ways. This can be a cloud service for you, meaning it can be a library where you store all the logos and videos and PDF documents that you like using frequently on your website, because most people manage their website from multiple locations, from their home, from their work, and they don't want to have to carry a flash drive everywhere. You just upload them here, and then you never have to worry about that again. If you ever need to continuously use your logo, like for us, we're going to use our Boot Networks logo all over our website. We want to make sure it's in our media library so we can get it whenever we need it. And like I said, this is also a collection of everything you've already used. So WordPress does you a favor and it automatically uploads this to your library as soon as you use it. So if you just created a blog post and in your blog post you talked about security and you uploaded this picture of a lock, it will automatically save it to your media library in case you needed to use it at a later date. But if you have a brand new website and you haven't uploaded any pictures yet and you'd like to upload them to your media library, let's say there's no posts yet, there's not a lot of pages, and so this is blank. To add a new image, all you have to do is click this Add New button up at the top here above your library, and that'll allow you to either drag and drop or use the Select Files button to search for that file through your computer files and through your hard drives. Just click Open, it'll automatically upload to the media library for you. But don't be confused, I only recommend doing that if you don't have a set destination for an item yet. Let's say you just want to upload your logo to your website so it's there and you have it for later use. This is the thing to do. However, if you're making a blog post and you're automatically using a file such as your logo, as soon as you make that blog post and you click Add Media, like I showed you in the first part of this video, and you add a PDF or an image or something like that, it'll automatically be put in your library. So don't take that unnecessary step of adding everything to your library first and then creating the blog post, because it skips the middleman for you and will already have these uploaded as soon as you create that blog post. So that's all you really need to know about the media library. Very simple tab. There's not a lot of complexity to it. Just think of it as a flash drive on your website. So from here, we're going to talk about pages. But before we navigate to the Pages tab, I want to show you the front end of our website one more time. So I already showed you this screen. This is our home screen. And in our home screen, like almost every website, you're going to have this menu that allows you to navigate the website and see the various web pages that comprise the website. So if we look at the home page, let's say we want to navigate to small business IT services, remote computer support. This is a web page. It's different from our blog in a lot of ways. So a blog post is something that's automatically uploaded straight to your blog, and that's all it does. It can only be found in your blog. But web pages comprise your entire website, so they're essentially everything other than those specific blog posts. These are the backbone of your website, and oftentimes they're stagnant. A blog is updated frequently. Like I said before, you can update it weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly, and so your blog is constantly in flux. But web pages, for the most part, are very stagnant. They don't, once you set them up on your website, that's what they do. They just represent a page and they're not changed very often. A good example of this is always the the Contact Us page or the About Us page. Once you set up your Contact Us information, that generally doesn't change. I mean, every once in a while you might edit maybe a new mailing address, a new phone number, maybe a new email address. But for the most part, once you set up the Contact Us page, it just becomes part of your website, and that's it. You don't do anything more with it. So the reason I'm showing you this is because the menu, which allows you to navigate through your website and view your web pages, and the web pages themselves, even though they make up a lot of the website, it's still confusing to look at them and understand them in an abstract sense when we switch over to the back end of the website, because they look very different. On the front of the website, because it's all neatly arranged and aesthetically pleasing, it's very easy to see where everything is and to see how it works and to see how it interacts. But on the back end, it's a little bit more confusing. So let's flip back to the back end, and let's theoretically say that we have a problem with our Contact Us page because our mailing address has now changed, we have a new office, and we need to update our website to reflect that. What we're going to do is we're going to navigate to the Pages section on the left-hand side here. That's going to bring us to our Pages library. So just like with our blog and just like with our media, this is a library of all the pages that we have on our website, whether they're in draft, whether they're private, or whether they're live on the website. Since we have a lot of pages, we're going to want to use the search bar again to search for that particular contact page. That's going to bring us everything that matches the Contact Us search, and we're going to look for it. This appears to be the right Contact Us page. I'm going to click on that one, and sure enough, it is. It's going to bring us to our current contact page. That's on the front end of the website. Now, to be sure that this is the right Contact Us page or this is the right page you want to be editing, all you have to do is go back up to that top navigation bar that I talked about earlier and click this View Page option. And that's going to show us the front end version of that contact page. Here it is. Let's say we want to change this particular P.O. box number. We're going to go back up to the top, and you don't have to go through that complex navigation of going back through the back end and then clicking on pages again. You can just click this Edit Page option. That's going to bring us right back to where we were, just double checking that this is the right page to edit. Now from here, just like in a blog post, just like in a Word document, to edit content, all you have to do is find that particular content. Here it is, P.O. Box 5994, and then just edit it like you would with a Word document. Fortunately for us, we did not change our P.O. Box number, so 5994 is going to remain. Now, once you've made the edit that you'd like to make, all you have to do is click this Update button on the right-hand side, and that'll update it automatically to the front end of your website. You don't have to do anything else. That's all you have to do. If you want to edit the title, you can do that up here. Think of it just like a blog post. It edits the exact same way. It doesn't differ in the way that you edit it. It just differs in the way that it shows up and the way that it interacts with your website, as we talked about earlier and as I'll show you in a second. So now that you've made the edit, you can double check it by clicking View Page again. We didn't change anything, but theoretically this would be changed. Page looks good. Go back to the edit page to go back to the back end. And then we can navigate out of here going wherever we want, and it'll automatically be saved and ready to go. Now let's say all of the web pages that comprise your website are set and good, and you don't need to make any edits, but rather you need to make a brand new page talking about maybe a new service you offer, or a new product that's coming out, or maybe you just want to talk about something that none of your other web pages have really started to talk about yet. So you need to start from scratch. So go back to your pages library, then up at the the very top here above the library, click the Add New button. That will show you your title, your content, your publish options, and then your SEO, just like it would with a blog post. So let's say you're offering new services. You enter your content in the box here just like you would with a blog. You add your media. This will bring up your media library, or you can add a brand new file. And then down here, you have your SEO. So it differs again from a blog because once you set this page, you want to set your SEO right from the get-go. So before you even publish this, I want to make sure my SEO is set, because as soon as your web page goes live, Google will index it. And unlike a blog, this isn't a frequently updating thing. So you want to make sure that you get your SEO right from the get-go, and that you mention the right keywords, and you get the right meta description in there, so that once it's indexed, since, like I said, they're very stagnant pages, they're not changing, you get it right the first time. So of course we'd be talking about new services, and then we just talk about our new services in our meta description down here. Whoop, I spelled that wrong. And there we go. All of our content, all of our SEO checks out. So this page is ready to go live. You just click publish. And there you go. It's now live on your website. But here's the problem. Even though it's live on your website, unlike a blog, it doesn't really have a place to go. Here's what I mean by that. I'm going to open up our homepage in a new tab so I can display what I'm talking about. So your blogs have a blog section that they automatically go to. For our website, it's right down here on our main page. For other websites, there'll be a menu item called blog, and they'll all generate to that blog section. But as you notice, if we look through these menus, our new services page is not here. That's because WordPress doesn't want to assume where to put that page, because you haven't really told it what to do with this page. It's a new services page, but do we put it under IT services? Do we put it under small business IT services, maybe cloud services or products? Maybe it's under Fix My. Maybe it's a main menu item. Maybe it's going to be right between About and Contact Us. WordPress doesn't know that, so you have to take that extra step to show it where you want it in your menu. So to do that, now that we've created our new services page, on the left-hand side here, we're going to go to Appearance, and then under Appearance, we're going to go to Menus. So this is the back end of this menu bar. Now what this back end allows you to do is determine what the menu looks like and how the menu structure is, to make navigating through your website easy and seamless for your customers. Now, a website in general has multiple menus, but the one that we're going to focus on today is your main menu, which is this one right here at the top of our particular website. So when you navigate to your Appearance menu backend page, at the top here when it says select a menu to edit, make sure that you're selected on the main menu or primary menu, and then click select. Now as you notice, these white boxes, such as Home, IT Services, Fix My, Testimonials, About, and Contact Us, are a less aesthetically pleasing version of the ones that we have right here. They're just in boxes rather than drop-downs. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing our brand new services page in this menu. Now each one of these boxes represents a page, and by indenting these pages we create a menu. Over here on the left we have our pages. We have our most recent. We can view all the pages we've ever created, or we could search for our page. Since we just added our page, I'm going to use the most recent tab and find it. So there it is, New Services. I'm going to click on New Services. Then I'm going to click Add to Menu. Now what that's going to do is it's going to add it to our main menu. If I scroll down, there it is, New Services. Now if I were to click Save Menu right now, since I did not indent this particular box, it's going to be part of our main menu structure. So it's going to be right next to Contact Us on the front end. So let me refresh this and show you what I mean. So there it is right there next to Contact Us. It's a main menu item. It's basically one of our title options. But if I wanted to put it under IT services, let's say I wanted to, very specifically, I wanted it right between remote computer support and on-site IT services, I essentially have to indent it and move it around my menu to reflect its position. So let's go find it. So we're back on the back end. There it is. There's new services. And then let's find where we want to put it. So if I scroll up, there's IT services. There's the indented small business IT service, which is that drop down. And then underneath this one is remote computer support and on-site IT services. And like I said, we wanted it between these two. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab it. All you have to do is grab it, just hold it down. And then we're going to scroll up. I like to use my scroll wheel, it's very easy. And then you see you can just drag it and see the little dotted lines? That shows kind of where it's going to be in the menu. Now, if I wanted to, I could put it directly under IT services or directly under small business, but we want it specifically to be in line with remote support and on-site services and directly between them. So we don't want to indent it further because that would make a sub-menu underneath remote computer support. We want it at the exact same indentation right between the two. So drag and drop it, and then we're going to click Save Menu. That'll update our menu for us. And then we're going to refresh our front end. And that should now remove it from the main menu, which it did. And it should put it right, there it is, right between the two remote computer support and on-site IT services. So I'm going to show you one more example because I know this is very confusing. Let's theoretically say we want it directly under IT services along with these three. What we're going to do is we're just going to take our new services. We're going to put it right under IT services, and we're going to give it one indentation, meaning it's going to be right underneath IT services, in line with these other options. So I click Save Menu again. We'll refresh this. And there it is, new services. It's in line with these other three, just like it shows here. Now let's say that you want to remove a menu item altogether. For us, let's say we want to remove this new services because it's not quite up to snuff yet. We want it to be pristine before we publish it directly on our site. To remove it, all we have to do is click the drop down and click this remove option. And then once it's removed, be sure to remember to save your menu. And then if we navigate back to the front end and refresh this page, it is now gone from our menu. Now, since I'm doing this as an instructional tutorial and don't necessarily want this web page live on our site, I can go back to Pages. I can find that new services page by searching for it. There it is right there. It was published 7 minutes ago. We're going to click this trash button, this little red trash button, to get rid of it. Now, let's say you accidentally deleted something, you accidentally trashed something, and this works with blogs and your media as well. Up at the top here, scroll over to the right where it says trash, and you can find everything you've recently trashed. So there it is, new services, trashed, just a second ago. Now, if you want to restore it, you just click restore, and if you never want to see it again, you can click delete permanently, and then I'll get rid of it for good. So I hope that cleared up the difference between a blog post and a page, and the reason that pages are a little bit more complex because they don't automatically go to your website. You do have to take that extra step to put them in a menu, and you have to take that extra step to make sure your menu is organized the way you'd like it to be so that those web pages can be navigated to. I hope the SEO wasn't too confusing for you. If you still have SEO or menu questions, or even just a question on some of the things we covered, you can email me, brandon@bootnet.biz, and I will answer any of those website questions you have. But for the most part, WordPress is a very intuitive easy to use management tool compared to some of the other management tools that are offered. WordPress is also a very user-friendly program, so a lot of people contribute to it, and Google is your best friend when it comes to answering very simple WordPress questions. A lot of people support it, and a lot of people are constantly contributing to that community, letting people know the answers to some of those easy questions. That's all for now. I will get into some more complex things later, such as widgets, tools, user options, that sort of thing in a later WordPress video. But for now, thanks for joining me. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.